All right, I did this without you guys. Yeah, I made the mess without you. Well, the wife was out here helping me, and she doesn't mind the tube, but she doesn't really want to be on it for a video, a brief cameo appearance. So anyway, we knocked this down as I told you. I didn't want to move that because it in itself isn't too bad. But then I got to take care of and move the chimney, and then outside I got to move it out and break it and re-brace it. It's just, ain't gonna happen. So I just cut it at an angle. I'll sand this corner off, round it off so I don't get whacked in the hip with it. But I got plenty of room to get through here. And this is where we're at so far. Now what I need to do over here, the guy's cutting the lawn next door, is I have to cut a 2x4 to fit the shingles on the outside so I can slide it into here. Actually, I don't even have to do that. But if I need to, I will. I was going to cut the shingles down, which would have been easier, but the thing was I wanted to get it up. At least get it up so I can start bracing it and working on it. The outside has to get primed, and then we got to shingle it. But for most part, we're pretty well set. I got the corner done. I just got to get in there and tighten up a couple of screws, as you can see. So that's done. I don't know, this way, yeah, you can see it down there. This side has to be tightened up yet. I haven't done anything with it there. I mean, it's all screwed in. It's just, and then I have to get in down there and box that in, which means I got to get that weed out of there. And then I got to bolt all this in, which is not going to be a problem. Everything is warped nowadays. You can't get a straight piece of wood. And you got to pay top dollar for it because it's aged. All right? It has history behind it. But anyway, so much for that. So I got to finish bolting that in. I am going to put some 2x in there just to strengthen it up a little bit more. And this door is going to stay open. That's going to stay there because I'm going to put shelving up there. The shelving, I'm going to bring it out to here, but here I'm going to round the corner a little bit because, again, I know I'll be running it short and popping my hip into it. And then over here, I'm going to bring the shelf out, probably right to where the door here is, and right across. And then I'll bring it across, but I'm not coming all the way. I'll probably just come up to this point, and again over here, I'll give me a little rounded corner, and then run over that way. Because I want to be able to get through here without ripping a hip. And I got to figure out something to do for the boys because they're used to coming in out of the dog door. So for now, I'm probably just going to leave that propped open until I decide what I'm going to do. I was thinking of just bringing this in a little bit more, box it in. Actually, I don't need this here right now. This can bring this over, bring this out. If I bring this out about another, if I bring that out about another 12 inches, I could put the dog door right there because this door isn't going to be on here. And then that'll just give me a shorter door there, which I'll just cut it off where the window is and put the 2x4s and rehang it. Oh, that guy in the lawnmower. And he's got to start on this side. He can't start on the other side. And he blows all the leaves up against the garage over here, which I don't care, even though it's my property. I never go over there anyway. All right, but meanwhile, I got a total mess out here, as you can see. And like I said, I didn't have the wife, I didn't have the camera going only because of the wife. And that guy with the lawnmower is aggravating me. So, but that's where I'm at. I got a hunk of paint on the floor, so I got to get my my hoe or my trenching shovel and whack it off a few times and get that done. I got to find a place for some of this. I have to lengthen that. That's the thermostat wire. So I have to lengthen that. I'm going to move this out of the way, this cord here that works this light, and I'll plug it in up over here in the back. And as long as I'm doing that, I'll probably end up running, well, you know what? It'll be easier if I ran it from here. I've got that open box right there. I can tie into that and bring the wire down here, down the post, underneath, and put a plug over there so I can plug that and the router into it underneath. And that'll take all of, well, the way things are going normally, I would normally say all of 20 minutes, but at this point, the way things are going, probably all day, because things just don't seem to go the way you want them to at times. All right, so that's it. Now I got to go to the other property. So I got to get the tractor, got to get the ladder, and I got to go on the other side because the wife is still worried about the food over there. She wants me to move it down to where I normally put it because when it's next to the gate, she's worried about the boys jumping in on it. And you know what? Not so much the boys, but if the animals come to feed, yeah, they're going to be right there. And all right, so let me grab my vest, wherever that is. Oh, there it is. There's this crap in my pockets. The chief called me up today, wanted to know if I hit the emergency button on my radio. He said because he swore he heard my call come through. I'm out here working on the house. You know, I said, well, let me go in the house and check. I mean, you know, if the wife moved the radio, but as a rule, the wife doesn't touch any of that stuff. So, he called up to check real quick. So now, like I say, now that he's gone, this is what we had done today. Now, yesterday, the wife helped me put up the two pieces on the outside, texture 111, because I wanted it to be even with this. I had her to help me, so she helped me with those two. Today, I did this one and a full sheet by myself. What I did was I just screwed a couple of long screws in under this so they hung out, and then I just set it on that, and that kind of gave me a structure to help hold it so I didn't have to go nuts with it. And the big sheet was going to fit right there anyway, so I didn't have to worry about it. The only thing I had to worry about on the sheet was trying to make sure that the overlap was right, so I was all set with that. And then the wife came out and she kind of held these in place for me so that I can screw them in from the outside, which is good. So that's done. So this here is pretty well done. I'm not going to put an inner wall up. I'm going to leave it basically just like it is. I still have to fill in a lot of the space, which I got to put a stud down there anyway. And then down in there I got a little crack that I got to tighten up a screw on to bring that in. This side I just got to tighten this up on the outside, but I'm going to put some framework in there first. Oh, did you see that? That was a, what do you call those little things? Oh shit. Chipmunk. So, but meanwhile, I'm going to box that in there, tighten that in, and then I may just, I don't know what I'm going to do with that just yet, because, you know, I was thinking I could put shelves there, But if I do that and I put a counter on the top of this, which I'm thinking about doing, what am I going to do with the shelves? I'm not going to be able to get to them. So I may just leave it open and, we'll clean all that up, box it all in so it's nice and tight, but just leave this here so I can just put things underneath and it gives me a little more room. That door is going to come off, so I'm not going to worry about that. That door is off. I just got to do something with the boys and the doggy door because they're not used to this right now. And my phone's going, but I'm not going to worry about that right now either. I'm going to do this to hold that door. That'll hold that door so the boys can get in and out because they come in the back and they used to run through the place. If Nicky has to go from the backyard to the house, he comes into the back of the gate, the back of the shop rather, comes in the dog door, runs through to make sure I'm still here. He'll look at me, or stop by for a pet. Then he runs back out and goes in the house. So that part out there, he never sees. All right, I'm going to shut this all down because I put a new battery in the wife's van. That was a fiasco. It's those little things that just drive me nuts. Taking it apart, which is not a big deal. Taking it out. Getting my hand up inside to get the ground off was a kind of a pain in the ass, but for the most part, it's all set. And then because I have the solar panel hooked up, I have a few extra wires attached to the battery, which isn't a big deal either. So now I get the battery out, and then I found that one of my adapters that was connected to the battery was stripped. This here, see it? So luckily I have more in here, so I just had to come back in now and I had to get one of those out. I'll just rethread that and use it for something else. So it was just one thing after another. So finally got the battery done. She says, well, the battery can wait. I said, no, it can't. I said, because my van's in the yard with a trailer on it. Your van's out there with no battery in it. I said, so how can we wait? So let me start shutting down because when I'm done with the